Hey guys, Shop here. Today I'm going to be dishing out some delicious tips to help you improve your jungle gameplay. Let me know if you want to see these kind of videos for the other roles too by leaving a comment down below or by tweeting me at FoxDropLol. First tip I want to give you is to respect the power of a counter gank and learn how to both avoid them and execute them for yourself. For those of you unfamiliar with the term, counter ganking is basically showing up where your mate is getting ganked to turn the fight in your favor. The reason why counter ganking is so effective is because you can bait your opponents into overextending before picking them apart. You're also not only cock blocking your opponent, but actually putting yourself ahead while you do it. The key to both instigating and avoiding counter ganks lies in your ability to know where the enemy jungler is going to be. The best way to do this is with good vision, so spotting the enemy jungler with good wards is very important. In addition, you can often deduct where the enemy jungler might show even without vision through how the lanes are going. If your laner is pushing hard and overextending, chances are they are going to look more appealing to the enemy jungler than a glazed donut at Fat Camp. Next tip is to make sure you're taking the Scuttle Crab whenever you see an opportunity to do so. Not only is the vision decently beneficial, but the gold it awards is definitely nothing to sniff at either at almost 100 gold a pop. In addition, by getting the crab for yourself, you're denying those benefits from the enemy jungler as well. Third tip is to get used to looking at the minimap a lot and to keep tabs of your laners and how they're doing. See who's struggling, who's doing well, what lanes are going to be pushing, etc. This not only allows you to gather decent information to plan your own moves ahead of time, but also to try predict what your enemy jungler is doing too. A quick way to check on your laners is to use the F keys. Each of those keys from F1 to F5 is assigned to a different ally and will focus your camera onto them. Next, you need to learn when to give up on a lane. Junglers have a great ability to influence the other laners, but they're no Superman. This doesn't mean that they're scrubs either, just so you need to allocate your time wisely. It is often a bad strategy to help a lane that is getting crushed. Instead, you should try to compound the strengths of other laners that are doing better. This said, you also shouldn't give up on lanes as soon as they get behind. Ask yourself the question, if I help this lane, will it meaningfully change the outcome of it? If not, then it's time to go elsewhere. Coming up, a tip about potions. I often see people foregoing these at times in the early game, only to then have to recall prematurely because they run out of health. Don't be afraid to buy more potions than you would need to just clear the jungle. After all, there are more threats out there to a jungler than just those jungle monsters, and you never know when you're going to be needing that extra health. When it comes to choosing a champion, there are loads of factors that play into it. Above all else, it is imperative for you to pick a jungler that you are comfortable playing. There are lots of different styles of playing the jungle, and you should find the styles that suit you and pick a champion pool that complements that. If you look at the high rated streamers, you will see this at work. For example, Gripex loves being aggressive, making plays and ganking, and as such he will pick champions like Sin. Cowstep likes farming the crap out of everything and is therefore a Master Yi main, and Trick plays those durable, bully, low mechanic junglers, which leads him to go for the Udyr and the volley. Next, the jungler should be mindful of opportunities to get gold outside of just killing jungle monsters. The best way to do this is to see when your laners are recalling and take that opportunity to hold the lane and soak up all that delicious free gold and experience. If you're good at checking in on your laners as mentioned in a previous tip, then this should be no problem for you. The early clears are something that can really set the pace of the entire game for a jungler if you do it wrong. Make sure you know the appropriate jungle routes early, which is usually something like starting at your Gromp or the Krugs with a leash from your bot lane, then going over to the buff and finishing on the walls or the chickens. Also, you have to know any champion specific mechanics if there are any, such as using Lee Sin's passive properly. Go into custom games and practice, or you can learn from others, and most importantly when it comes down to the real games, as RuPaul would say,
don't fuck it up.
For the penultimate tip, know the strengths and weaknesses of your champion and play to your strengths and around your weaknesses. There wouldn't be much point buying a trout and trying to teach it to take over the family business because, well, trouts aren't really known for their entrepreneurship. If you're playing weak early game junglers and try to gank heavily, chances are you're going to have a bad time. Likewise, picking an early gank jungler and AFK farming will yield you equally poor results. Last but not least, don't blindly follow the orders of your teammates. When lanes start losing, the jungler often comes into the blame crosshair with demands to gank those lanes. Use these demands as pieces of information, but use your better judgment when deciding what to actually do. That 0-5 Riven crying for a gank is probably not worth your time and will most likely even set you behind if you try to help her. In the same vein, if any of these serial whiners get too hot to handle, don't be afraid to press that blessed mute button. I think that just about does it for my 10 jungle tips. Thanks a lot for watching and I hope it helped. If it did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and you can subscribe to me for more educational League content with a bit of entertaining stuff on the side as well. If you have any aspiring jungle friends who might like this video, feel free to send it their way. You can also ask me questions in the comment section below, but you can find me on Facebook, on Twitter as well, and catch me streaming on Twitch. All of those links are in the description, guys, but most importantly, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.